Hi, you both. Nice to meet you.
Hey,
Hi.
You too.
So both of your characters are new parents. Congrats on that.
Thank
But Shar seems more excited about it than Ruthie is. Could you talk a bit more about your character's parenting dynamic?
Ready for it and not ready for it. Yeah.
Simply put.
I mean, definitely Ruthie's aversion to parenthood is definitely rooted a lot in her own dysphoria and her relationship to parenthood. You know, there's a really beautiful scene where she realizes that it's not that she didn't want to be a parent, it's that she didn't want to be a dad. And I think a lot of her insecurities with parenting stem from her own journey in her transition. And Cher's just ready for it.
For sure. So Brody is the sperm donor, and both of your characters have very different relationships with Brody. Could you guys talk about that a bit more?
Yeah, I think while Shar is super grateful that Brody so willingly, offered up himself in this particular time for them, there is a bit of tension and a bit of jealousy there between how they know that the relationship between Ruthie and Brody are and the relationship between Shar and Ruthie, because their relationship, not that it stems from a deeper place, but they have definitely gone through a lot of transitions equally, as Shar and Ruthie have. But I think that because Brody was able to provide such a gift to Shar, there's a bit of odd tension about how that gift came about.
I mean, and Ruthie and Brody have shared so much life together that that bond is, sorry, Shar. It's tough.
Yeah, and I also feel like Shar is really trying to guide Ruthie along in this parenting aspect, and Brody's pulling Ruthie in a very different direction. So I think a lot of that tension stems from that as well, and how to deal.
For sure. Speaking of Ruthie's and Brody's relationship, we get a flashback episode where we see Ruthie in high school before Ruthie's transition. Jesse, how was it like to shoot that episode?
An absolute dream come true. It pushed my own comfort levels. I think it really pushed me as an actor, as a person. I felt so intimately taken care of by the entire creative team and my scene partner, Devin. Devin had quickly become one of my very best friends, and getting to do a story like that with him, where we're both playing these younger versions of ourselves, was so special. And I'm so glad that we have that to look back on.
For sure. And in that episode, they bleep out Ruthie's dead name. How did you feel about that decision?
I think it's a really, it's an aggressive choice that I think people wouldn't necessarily think of. And I think it's amazing. It's done in such a respectful way. And then when Ruthie actually is dead named in the episode, it hurts. It hits so much more. And the audience doesn't need to know her dead name. It's irrelevant to the storytelling. Just the fact that we watch her being called it. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And CG, a lot of times you're working with Kim Cattrall on the show. How was it like working with her and kind of pushing her character and even her acting career in a bit of a different light?
It was really great to be a part of that with her. Brenda is in a very stale spot in her life right now, and I feel like the newness of the babies in her life really sparked something different in her. Not only the newness of the babies, but the newness of Shar being in her life as well. And I learned a lot of lessons on grace while working with Kim. And, she was very funny on and off screen. And yeah, just a lot of lessons were dived into for those two people.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and congrats on the show.
Thank you. It was great meeting you.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too.